Hi guys, thanks for joining me. This is my next video of the knife I just finished. It's a Damascus blade which I've had for quite a few years and just never got around to doing anything with it. You can see it just down there at the bottom of the screen. And as before, because some of these things take a long time, I'll fast forward them for you so you don't fall asleep. I'm just marking out the angle of the wood that needs to be removed so that the blade sits straight. This is Norwegian Curley Birch, which was the first piece I've ever used. And here I'm cutting out the front part of the handle, which sort of works like a guard because it's an Australian hardwood. This is Beela wood, or Bala depending on how you pronounce it. I've just glued it on, and I've used a small countertop vise, a jeweler's vise, upside down, holding it in place. As you can see, when it's upside down, you can see how the jeweler's vise works. This is a couple of hours later. I'm just trimming off the excess glue, the excess epoxy here. I've used some black spacer material, some black liner material between this piece of wood and the blade. And here I'm fitting the red liner material between the Bala wood and the Curley Birch. I'll fast forward this for you. And yes, the blade is hand ground. A sort of crinkled cut design that you see on the blade is actually something that I've done. It's very similar to my steel flint knife, which you may have seen in one of my previous videos. But instead of it being chunks of metal removed, I've actually done strips. So it's more sort of like wood grain. Here I'm making sure that the red liner material, the spacer material, has actually got a tight fit. And I put the bottom part down into the bench vise, the grip clamps on the side, and the small jeweler's vices on top. And just for safety, covering the blade, because it's actually protruding out over the bench edge, so you don't want to walk into that. Now I've drilled out the hole for the handle to fit into, and here I'm just expanding it just a little bit, taking out some excess wood. Now, because I'm using epoxy to bond the tang into the handle, I want to make sure that there is a little bit of a gap between the handle and the wood, because if it's too snug a fit, you won't actually be able to get enough glue in there. So the blade slides in easily, but it's got a little bit of give, as you see, and that space in the middle will be filled up with as much epoxy as possible to make a complete seal. And as you push that in, the excess epoxy will pour out and help seal the red liner. And here I've added the epoxy, and I'm just hammering it down, making sure that there's a tight fit. So I'll just leave that stand to dry.